Welcome to the TeenPreneur Show. I'm your host, Dia Coley, and I'm a teenpreneur, bringing you global entrepreneurs who are teenagers. They have started out really young and are an inspiration to all. They prove to be the perfect example of how teenagers can rise high. So tune into this show every week to know more about these young game changers and be inspired by these teens. Watch the young dream big. Now on with the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TeenPreneur Show. I'm your host, Dia Coley, and I'm also a teenpreneur. I'm the founder of Redone It by Dia, which is a business I started 2 years ago. It recycles denim into handbags 100% made by underprivileged women tailors who now have an income to bring home to their families. Also, 100% of the proceeds are donated towards cancer treatment and cancer research. But now let's get on with the show. Today we have Sabrina and Lindsey. They're both 16 years old and from Florida, USA. Let's bring them on. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm great. So you started a business called Sustainability. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, actually, it's called Sustainable, but
Oh,
it
sorry.
is a sustainability company because we mix the words sustainable and attainable to bring together Sustainable, which is our marketplace e-commerce website platform where you can buy and sell sustainable fashion from all around the world.
Wow, that's super cool. I love that. And I love how unique the name is. Can you tell me the reasons why you chose those two particular words?
I think they best describe our company and like what we do. And so
Mhm.
it's also like a bit of like a unique name. And so blending those two words, when we break it down underneath of our logo, you kind of understand what we're here for.
Yeah, I love the name, and it makes you stand out more because you're so unique. And can you tell me when you started your business?
Yeah, so we started our business in September of this year. So it's been about 8-ish, 9-ish months, and we've really been working hard in these 9 months, and we hope to continue working on Sustainable and really taking it to the next level.
That's great. And why'd you decide to start this?
So my biggest passion from ever since I was really young, I've always loved to sew, make my own clothes. I've had several different Etsy shops, different Instagram businesses. Anything where taking fabric and creating something has always been right up my alley. And one of the biggest problems in our world is fast fashion. And I also really love the environment. I go to camp every summer, so that has really shaped my love for the environment. And I realized how harmful fashion was to the environment. And they're
Yeah.
both passions that I never connected before, but they really are
Mhm.
interchangeable. And that's kind of where Sustainable was about. And Lindsay actually came up with the idea, and I knew I just had to
Cool.
join the team because it was something that I really wanted to be a part of.
Uh-huh. And like, how'd you guys decide to really like develop this and come together with this business idea?
Well, I came up with the idea in the summer before school and I created a pitch to announce to a class that we're in for entrepreneurship. And when I
Oh,
pitched
cool.
it, Sabrina emailed me because you can tell that she's really passionate and she wanted to be on the team. And we realized
Hmm.
that we each have qualities that kind of blend well together. And
Hmm.
it started from there.
Well, that's so amazing, and I love that. And have you two like were close before, or did you like get closer after working together?
I
We weren't really friends. We were more acquaintances, like
Hmm.
business colleagues, if you would say. And then once I
Hmm.
reached out to Lindsay, like the chemistry was always there. And we really do have traits that balance each other out. So from there, we really worked well together and we noticed that. And then from there, we got really close. And now she's one of my best friends and my business partner as well.
I love that. That's so amazing. And I know you mentioned your entrepreneurial class before. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So it's a 3-year program at our school, and it's you go through all these different phases, coming up with different ideas. And when we came up with
Hmm.
sustainable and we really set on it, the classes helped us reach out to mentors and just become a step ahead of everyone else.
That's great. And is there anyone in particular that has helped you in your business?
Yeah, so throughout the program, we have multiple different opportunities that we can jump on. And a lot of what differs us from our classmates is a lot of people really see someone who doesn't relate to their business, so they don't jump on that opportunity. But Lindsay and
Mhm.
I have really taken advantage of every opportunity, met with everyone that's come in. We went to a virtual summit where we met about 12 global ambassadors, and we still continue meeting with them, helping us with financials, website development, marketing, and different strategies. But above all, we have one great
Mhm.
mentor who we've met with every other week since the start, and her name's Clara Beth. She has her own company. She's a really advanced in the marketing field, different
Mhm.
marketing platforms, and just all around business and entrepreneurship. So she's really helped us in that round. And a big thank you to her if she's watching.
Now that's amazing. And I love that you have like the support that you need to run this business. And I know you mentioned a lot of things that you would need to know, like marketing and all those different stuff for a business. Did you have any prior knowledge to any of those, or is this something you started learning in the process?
I mean, we're both teenagers, so we do know how to use social media pretty well, but
Hmm.
we definitely didn't like have any knowledge on the website building side and financial side, and we kind of have learned through experience and trial and error. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Did
mean,
you have? Oh, sorry. Yeah, go, Sabrina.
I was just going to say that I've had a lot of businesses in my past, just little businesses like selling different pillows that I've made. So I've learned a
Mhm.
lot about just being an entrepreneur through the course of that. And Lindsay is actually really skilled at like designing and doing all of like putting everything together on the front end. So those two skills that we've had prior really balanced each other out beforehand. And then everything else we've
Mhm.
learned in our continue learning in the process.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Like you both like work with each other and fill each other's like spots and everything. That's amazing. And I know you said about your website. So did you guys make it yourselves?
So our website was we had to take a UX UI design course, and Lindsay
Mhm.
and I really Lindsay was the design behind everything. We designed every face, every page. We had
Yeah.
met with a coder previously who told us we needed to do that if we wanted to meet with a coder and have them develop our website. So that's really how it all started with that UX UI course.
Wow, that sounds like super complicated and everything. Did you guys know anything about making a website before? No.
No.
Nothing. No.
Well, so tell me about your coder. How'd you find them?
So we met. So through the entrepreneurship course, we mentioned that we went to a virtual
Oh.
summit and met a few
Hmm.
ambassadors, and he was one of those ambassadors. And we have to basically just have a few meetings with him before the process is started. But
Hmm.
the class has really been our network to those types of
That's
people.
super cool. I love that. That's really cool. And has like the coder taught you anything?
No, he was the one who suggested the UX UI course. So in a way, he did teach us everything because that course was really key and that's a skill we'll have for the rest of our lives. So that course really
Mhm.
was able to pave the way for the next steps and really making everything come to fruition.
That's really cool. Now I want to get more into your business side of everything. So can you tell me a little bit how your website would work?
Sure. Okay. So there's two sides to our website because it's a multi-sided platform. So
Hmm.
if you're a seller of sustainable clothing, you can log on, create your account, and post it for the rest of the world, and Sustainable would take a percentage. And then if you're a buyer, you would log on and you would be connected to all these wonderful sellers who sell clothing that you maybe wouldn't find in a regular store and many small businesses, and be able to shop from them.
That's super cool. I really love like the whole concept of it and everything. So does that mean like a small business could also set up their own shop and sell their own clothes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So for visual learners, like I know that's what I am, we're a very niche down platform similar to Etsy, only for
Mhm.
sustainable clothing fashion. And then later on, hopefully, we plan to expand to other sustainable goods. But yeah,
Cool.
so different small businesses around the world and even different people who have their own small businesses can log on, open their own sustainable shops, and post all their products as long as they follow guidelines because we are doing only eco-friendly, sustainable clothing. But one of our
Mhm.
deepest core values as a company is honesty. So no matter what, if they pass, like I guess the background check or not, they have to disclose all the stuff they're using, how it's being made, how it's being shipped, and just the overall effects on the environment and different communities it's being made in to also help aid towards the child labor factor as well and just lower those rates around the world.
Yeah, that's really cool. Can you tell me like what area you're trying to look at for users to use this in the US or internationally?
Okay.
So Lindsay, you go.
Oh, okay. So the majority of our buyers are in the US, but we do want it to be open internationally because sustainability
Mhm.
is a worldwide problem, not just a US problem. And
Yeah,
so hopefully when we expand, it'll be a better known name and people will buy internationally.
that's great. And can you tell me how you think about the pricings for everything? So basically, if a seller goes on, how do they decide on what price?
So that was actually a really important and crucial part of just the ideas behind everything and kind of really creating the best way that would be accessible for the most people. Because for
Mhm.
everyone watching, sustainability is really something that a lot of people either know very little about or they don't know how to start or it's just totally inaccessible. It happens to be very expensive. So we are going to have a little price filter so that depending on what price bracket you are, you can filter like $20 or under and only see all the items that are $20 and under. And how our business model works is usually Sustainable takes 15%. But if the clothing item is under $20, Sustainable will take a flat rate of $2, which is only 10%, which gets more into the financials. But essentially, that's kind of a way to get people to keep their prices low and really hope to make it
Mhm.
more accessible for everyone because that rate is lower and that's what Sustainable is taking is lower from anything that's priced over that $20 range.
Yeah, that's super cool. I love like how well thought out like all of this is. I just love that. And not only do I know like you have this business side to your website, but you also have a news feed. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So the idea with the newsfeed came in when we were thinking up our core values, and one of our biggest core values is education because before people can
Mhm.
shop sustainably, they have to know why fast fashion is an issue and why they should be shopping sustainably rather than going to H&M or somewhere that doesn't support sustainability.
Mhm.
And so the types of articles we want to have on it are just, you know, things coming out weekly that people normally wouldn't see in their political news or the news that they see, and so they can use sustainable as a resource as well and become educated.
Mhm. That's super cool. And can you tell me some specific global issues that you're trying to educate your audience about?
Yeah, definitely. So, backing off what Lindsay said about the news source of our website, ultimately, Sustainable is really out there to educate and provide a solution because there really isn't that easy, accessible way. So, we're going to give the news aspect and we're going to provide a solution. And even if you can't afford buying anything at this time, or you don't want to go on and buy anything, at the least, you're at least being educated. So a few different really big issues that we're really trying to aid towards is the carbon emissions, because in big factories where clothing is made, that's really detrimental and really harmful for the
Yeah.
environment. And
Mhm.
shopping sustainably is a really great solution that already exists. And another really big one, which really, I know for me, like the carbon emissions and the environment, I love the environment. So
Mhm.
really providing a solution to aid towards that really comes close to home for me as well. But also child labor, as we're all teens, and I know you relate to this too because you are a teen entrepreneur, like the children all around the world, like there are these kids our age who are in factories working 10 hours a
Mhm.
day in horrible labor conditions. It's really not only bad for them and they're not getting paid, but it's really bad for their health. And the long
Yeah.
term effects of that will not only affect them in their teen years, but for the rest of their life. So, really aiding towards that issue of child labor will also kind of correlate back to the carbon emissions, because the child labor often happens in big factories that release that carbon emission.
Mm-hmm. And those are really important things to discuss. And I love how you're using your platform and your business to educate others and your customers as well. I just think it's absolutely amazing, and I'm super proud that you guys are doing that. Right now, we'll take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we'll be asking some more questions.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios that will set the venue for any media application. We offer remote services as a radio or TV production and continue to grow new venues to bring your ideas to life. We also specialize in video and photo content for social media. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
You've been watching the TeenPreneur Show with global inspirational teens. Be sure to follow us at teenpreneur.show on Instagram. Now back on with the show. Hello everyone, welcome back. We're going to get straight into asking Sabrina and Lindsey some more questions. Let's bring them back on. Hey guys, welcome back.
Hi.
Hi.
So I know Sabrina and Lindsey, you both have some interest in the clothing line. I know Sabrina, you said you're interested in sewing and all of that. So have you ever thought about making your own clothing line through your business?
So on Sustainable, we are able to also resell clothes, and so Sabrina and I could be on that aspect. Let's say we have some clothes that we no longer use, we could sell it through that. And you did mention
Mhm.
that Sabrina loves to sew, so I'm sure Sabrina would love to use our outlet and sell some sustainable clothing, as she has done that before. And
Mhm.
possibly in the future, when we expand, Sustainable plan to make their own merchandise to help spread the message that Sustainable is trying to against fast fashion. And so these are
Yeah.
all potential, definitely.
That's super cool. I love the merch idea. And have you ever thought about like donating towards one of the global issues that you are really trying to empower and discuss?
Yeah, so actually, we put in our business model with our financial advisor donating a portion to Greenpeace, the organization. However, we
Mhm.
are going to start that after 6 months of being profitable because we can't run unprofitable and still donate. Really, what Sustainable is trying to do is really aid towards the environment and aid towards fast fashion. So we really do want to donate and help at every outlet possible. So as we get off the ground, we're going to put all the money back in Sustainable, really get that name out there, keep the name running, and then we have a plan and a portion of proceeds actually with Greenpeace. We have a relationship with them. We plan to add them on as a second layer to our business model and donate a portion of sales every month to Greenpeace.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. And I love that. And I love how you like thought out the whole idea of waiting 6 months so you can really boost your business and make it running properly. That's a very good thing that you've planned out and you already are well organized with everything. Can you tell me when do you plan on launching your website?
So we hope to launch in about a year from now, but
Hmm.
coding a website can be a difficult process, and we we will just see where it takes us, and no matter how long it takes us, Sustainable will be launched, and it will be a real thing. So.
Yay, that's amazing. Can you tell me some extra steps that you still need to take to really get your business out there and get it launched and ready?
Yeah, so one of the things that processes, I guess you would say, that we instilled was the resource of a pre-register form. Lindsay and I have really been relationship building and networking throughout this whole process. We're in contact with over 50 different sustainable Etsy sellers who have their own shops. We've done a lot of market data with them, and we plan to give them a pre-register form so we have sellers before the website launches. So we have
Wow.
products for buyers to decide to buy.
Oh wow, that's super cool. I like that's I didn't think of that before, that you're gonna have to have people before you launch. So, are there anyone else other than Etsy sellers that you have planned lined up?
We have contacted a few different Instagram shops, TikTok shops, and different people who are kind of at the stage where they're working out of their house, but they need that outlet and they need
Hmm.
that boost to really give them customers, give them sales in order for them to open up their own stores if they would like to, or
Yeah.
just really expand their company. So we're working alongside those small businesses and really giving them that boost. So we are in contact with a few different Instagram and TikTok sellers as well, and we hope to really network and find more sellers around the USA and around the country, really just to build out relationships with them and really bring them on to Sustainable as Sustainable sellers to not only help them but ultimately help our world.
That's great. I love that. And I just have a question about how sellers could sell. Could someone sell a gently used item that they have from their own closet?
Yeah, so of course there's many different levels of sustainability, and reuse, reduce, recycle, reuse is a part of sustainability, and we hope that
Hmm.
people will use that as well because those items do tend to be priced lower, and thrifting is a big thing today, and so definitely you can.
Wow, that's great. I love that also. I love how there's so many different aspects to this business. It's just amazing. And I love how you're like really just trying to spread the message about all the things that you're doing. I love that. Um, and can you tell me what are your future plans for this business?
So we really hope to really be able to expand globally. As we said, we are definitely going to go globally. It's just a matter of how
Mhm.
big we expand and really how big we're able to scale up and become. Right now, our business model is made to allow us to scale to many different items, so, like that go way past fashion, different makeup products, skincare products. How Amazon really started as a bookstore, we're hoping to match that and start as a clothing and a fashion store and really be able to expand to sustainable goods like all over the spectrum, all different
Yeah.
sustainable goods that you think of, and really providing that outlet to buy everything that you need, but everything is really environmentally safe and environmentally friendly, but also a way to purchase honestly. Everything will be honest. Every seller will have to disclose everything, every product. So you really know what you're getting yourself into, because a big thing in our world is transparency. And even in the makeup and the skincare world, you don't really know what you're putting on your skin. And the same applies with fashion and clothing. Unsustainable, we really strive to educate. So when you're purchasing, you're really going to know what you're putting on your body, where it was made, how it was made, and exactly the good cause you're aiding towards.
I know you're talking about like honesty and all the information about the products. What if someone would like to return a product?
So returns would be between the seller and the buyer, as these are many different small businesses. We don't want to really have a part in telling them what to do, as they are just picking themselves off their feet and coming off the ground running, and they kind of have charge over that aspect.
Yeah, okay, that's super cool. And I absolutely love this idea. And I would love for you guys to continue this, but would you be planning on continuing this in college and into the future?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Lindsay and I, one of our best traits also are one of our good traits, one of our not so good traits is really being ambitious and determined and really not taking no for an answer, if you would say so. Sustainable
Uh-huh.
is going to be really big, and ultimately, it's really going to change the world for the better, and that's what we're striving for, whether we launch in a year from now or whether there's kinks in the road like there are in all businesses. Sustainable is going to launch, and no matter what problems we kind of come across, it's we're going to figure out a solution, and we're ultimately going to aid towards the solution we're trying to solve.
Wow, that's amazing. I love the determination. I just love it. And you just mentioned a little like kinks in the road and little problems. Have you faced any challenges so far?
I
Yeah, so
think any
I'll start. Lindsay, you go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I think any small business and startup company goes through tons of issues, but maybe Sabrina, you want to expand on our biggest problem.
Yeah, so obviously I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. We're teen entrepreneurs, we're entrepreneurs, and we're solving an issue through our startup. And we've come across so many problems, but with each problem, a lesson has been learned and we figured it out. Our biggest problem, which I would really bring up, which is also a great lesson for other teenpreneurs and just entrepreneurs that are starting their own company, is we brought someone on the company a little too fast. She was a great person, and we brought her on as our coder, but we didn't do a full background check. She didn't really match what we were looking for in a hiree, and we gave her we didn't negotiate enough with her, and just what we brought on because it sounded good, and we didn't take the time to really smooth everything out and ensure it was the right decision. Luckily, we were able to work something out, and she is going to help us later on. But really bringing someone on and not being able to have them really create our vision was one of our really big issues, and then figuring out how to not like how to have her work for us later on when she could really be a help to us and really advance us as a company. So that was amongst the biggest challenges we've had so far.
And that's a great lesson that you've learned. I don't want to be like this, but I think it's better that you faced it now than later on throughout your business, because that would have brought on much bigger problems. I love like now that you have the time and experience to really learn these lessons, and then you can launch your business with all those lessons that you've learned.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah. And I'm just curious, is this something you're planning on taking as a career in the future?
So we definitely want to work with sustainable as long as we
Mm-hmm.
can and keep it big. I do plan to go to college for fashion business, and Sabrina wants to go for business or entrepreneurship. So this is definitely something that is in our future.
Well, that's super cool. I love how you're going to be future entrepreneurs. um, it was lovely talking to both of you. Would you like to share your contact information with our audience?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Unfortunately, right now, Sustainable doesn't have any social medias, but we do have an email when we'd love, if anyone has any feedback, would like to reach out, talk more, we're open to having a discussion with anyone. So our email is sustainable, just the name sustainable, which you can see under my name and Lindsay's name at gmail.com. Sustainable@gmail.com. And Lindsay and I's personal Instagrams and LinkedIn's are under, as you can see, my Instagram is the same as my LinkedIn as well. So feel free to connect and reach out. And I'd love to meet different people and talk to different people in the future.
Well, thank you guys for coming on and talking to us about your lovely business. And thank you everyone for watching the Teenpreneur Show. If you want to know more about our show, you can follow our Instagram and Facebook at teenpreneur.show. Thank you for watching and make sure to tune in next week. Thank you for watching the Teenpreneur Show with Dia Coley. Follow us for more information at teenpreneur.show on Instagram. To be a part of the show, fill out the form in the Instagram bio. See you next week.